part of the breaking news story this morning as we go on the air is that Iran is now saying the time is up, and they're threatening Israel as Joe Biden arrives in Tel Aviv. So there's a lot going on. And by the way, the reason, and I believe that Iran will probably hold their fire at least for a little while, I hope, is because I believe that they know, Iran knows that Joe Biden is arriving in Israel, and he wants to, while he is supportive of Israel, I think that they understand that the president is going to try to avoid World War III. And so obviously we'll have to see how this all plays out. But there is a lot going on. There's so many fascinating videos. Here during the top of the hour, I'm going to tweet out some more videos of this attack, this rocket attack, where this hospital in Gaza was, it exploded, and there is a lot of rocket fire. And from the evidence that I am seeing and that is out there and seems to be available, Israel looks to be in the clear on this one. And again, there's a debate. You've got Hamas and basically all of the Arab countries are saying that it was Israel that fired on this hospital, and they're using that as an excuse to, for example, light our embassies and our consulates on fire, surrounding them, lighting our flags on fire, and just the rest of all of that we see all the time in the Middle East. And so for me, the more the evidence is clear that Israel is putting forward that this was actually a rocket that was fired by one of these terrorist organizations inside of Gaza that sort of went to skew and landed on the hospital. And they're trying to fire into Israel, but the rocket ended up going elsewhere. And this is going to be a very, very tragic situation. The number is 866-90-RED-I, 866-907-3339. Got a lot more straight ahead. Follow me on Twitter at Dan Mandisha. And again, that phone number one more time is 866-90-RED-I. And I'm also on the other socials as well, Facebook, Instagram as well. All of them, again, at Dan Mandisha. Your call's coming up next.
Top of the Hour News is brought to you by House Products. Visit houseproducts.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Shell Rotella with advanced synthetic technology is designed to help keep your rig running with more mileage and less maintenance.
Eric and Gary for the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. Tons of questions about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. We thought we'd do a little Q&A. Here's a question. Does it work on any smell? Yes, the Thunderstorm gets rid of strong odors from cooking, cigarette smoke, litter boxes, and more. Even the mildew smell from basements.
How long does it take to work? Immediately, the Thunderstorm starts working in seconds to clear a room of any odor. What about replacement filters? No, you never need them. Does the Thunderstorm Air Purifier really work? Over 350,000 Thunderstorms have been sold already with thousands of 5-star reviews online.
Here's a question we get a lot. How do I get a deal on the Eden Pure Thunderstorm? Right now, you can save $200 on 3 Thunderstorms for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com, enter the discount code REDEYE. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code REDEYE, and you get free shipping. From the father of CB radios comes one bad mother. Eric Harley here. You've heard me talk about Uniden CBs for years now. Uniden has been the cornerstone of the trucking industry since the beginning. And even in the age of cell phones, Uniden CBs still remain the trucker's favorite. It is social media at its best. When you need the lowdown on the road ahead, you need a Uniden CB. It is one bad mother. Go to Uniden.com today or stop by your nearest Pilot Line J.
Caution used truck drivers. This message may cause you to pull over. Hop out of your truck.
and jump for joy.
Extended Optimum.
It's a new coverage for used Freightliner and Western Star trucks with expired warranty.
Extended Optimum.
An OEM back coverage from the pros who built your truck. It covers exactly what you need. No deductibles, dollar caps, or drama. Claims get paid.
Extended Optimum.
Don't drive another unprotected mile. Contact your Freightliner or Western Star dealer or visit extendedoptimum.com.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden's motorcade has made its way from Ben Gurion Airport to a hotel in Tel Aviv, where he's holding talks with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu under extra tight security.
Americans are grieving with you. They really are. And Americans are worried.
Tel Aviv, just 40 miles from the Gaza Strip, where hundreds of people were killed in a massive explosion at a hospital yesterday. Israel blames a misguided missile from Islamic Jihad for the strike. Hamas pointing a finger at Israel. Riyad Mansour is Palestinian ambassador to the UN.
We condemn this action in the strongest possible terms, and we hold Israel responsible for this massacre, this crime.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. There have been violent protests as people across the Arab world take their horror and anger at the Gaza hospital strike into the streets of their cities. Demonstrators stormed the Israeli consulate in Jordan, and Western embassies have been targeted in Turkey, Tunisia, Iran, and Lebanon. Protests also in the Netherlands, Colombia, Puerto Rico, and a synagogue was firebombed in Berlin.
In Washington, House Republicans plan to vote again today to try to elect a new speaker after 20 of them voted against Jim Jordan yesterday. He can only afford to lose 4 members of his own party. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
I'm hearing from sources in both parties that there is some type of talk of temporarily empowering this Speaker pro tem, Patrick McHenry, to open up the floor. Let's get some legislation going again as they try to settle out who should be the next full-time speaker for the rest of this Congress.
3,700 workers at Detroit's 3 casinos have gone on strike, among them dealers, cleaning staff, valets, and food staff like bartender Susan Gallagher.
It's time for us to make our money, keep our insurance the same. We're not asking for a lot.
Unions say members have only received 3% raises since a 3-year contract expired in 2020. Alec Baldwin may be back on the hook in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Special prosecutors say additional facts have come to light, and they're trying to recharge the actor with involuntary manslaughter in the deadly shooting on his New Mexico movie set 2 years ago. It's not out for another week, but already Britney Spears' memoir tops Amazon's bestseller list. Spears' book, called The Woman in Me, reveals she had an abortion when she was 19 while she was dating Justin Timberlake because he, she says, wasn't sure he wanted to be a father. Timberlake hasn't commented. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey everyone, gather round. It's time for corny jokes about passing the torch.
The team at Kirian's Welding was fused together solid.
Thanks for all the late nights and early shifts.
But double retirements mean the crew must bond with some certified new hires.
You both got the extra millimeter.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like Certainty Landmark Pro, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through November, purchase Certainty through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $750. Beacon, always building.
Want to board your plane quicker? Consider your seat choice.
Economy flyers with window seats will now get priority boarding on United Airlines. An internal memo says it's in an effort to save time. Those with a window seat will board in Group 3, along with flyers and exit row seats. Then Group 4 for those in middle seats. Then those with seats along the aisle will be assigned Group 5 on their boarding passes. The new process will take effect on most flights beginning next Thursday. The memo states it will shave off about 2 minutes of boarding time. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Taylor Swift's not the only one. Variety says BTS concert documentary is set to stream on Prime Video November 9th. It includes 19 performances of the group's hit tracks, including Butter, Yet to Come, White Drop, and Dynamite. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Find dentist near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can I help?
Wow, no dentist near me? Really?
What? I'm right here, ma'am. We're a local dentist, literally right down the street from why is she not seeing us?
Oh, here's one. It's a bit far, but hey, they got good reviews.
What in the world? Hello? Can you not see us?
Nope, because your business is buried deep in the list of local results and is, well, basically invisible. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Hey folks, this is Major Delay. Not too long ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, these things are as important as the health of my teeth. First order of business, have your teeth checked by a podiatrist. Without hesitation, I told my doctor, I'm going to Dr. Brian Kelly, Regal Foot Care. I went to his clinic on Winton Blunt behind Baptist East. The staff was friendly and professional. I was in and out in less than 30 minutes. And in that short span of time, with a few simple observations, Dr. Kelly shed light on two major issues I had had with my teeth and ankles all my life. I was amazed. Not only was the checkup quick and easy, I felt comfortable and informed. He even recommended certain running shoes that better fit the structure of my feet. And your insurance even pays for annual visits to the doctor. Never feel necessary for most insurance. Hey, walk, crawl, lift, roll, any way you can get there. See Dr. Brian Kelly at Greenville Foot Care. Call for an appointment 334-265-7585 or check out greenvillefootcare.com.
Alabama Shakespeare Festival is offering you another great sweet deal on October 20th on this station's website for the holiday season. A Christmas Carol at Alabama Shakespeare Festival is a joyful tradition for the entire family. Celebrate the holidays with a Christmas Carol at Alabama Shakespeare Festival. Join Ebenezer Scrooge on a voyage of epic proportions that transforms him from miserly curmudgeon to a champion of Christmas spirit. All your favorite characters return to the festival stage for this heartwarming lesson in forgiveness and generosity. Get your tickets now for this joyful Christmas tradition for the entire family. November 16th through December 24th. Starting Friday, October 20th at 8 a.m. Head to this radio station's website to get 2 tickets for the price of 1. Hurry, offers are limited, so act fast. Get your tickets now for this joyful Christmas tradition for the entire family. A Christmas Carol, November 16th through December 24th.
By Christian Care Ministry.
This is good news, maybe exactly when you need it to. Right now, switching to Medishare can save even more than usual time what you save each month by becoming a member of Medishare. So many people are looking for a healthcare solution right now, especially given how inflation is affecting us. And Medishare is the affordable, reliable alternative to health insurance. The typical family saves about $500 a month you might save even more. And Medishare is a Christian community that's been sharing each other's healthcare costs for 30 years now, and they're making it easier than ever. Apply by October 31st, and you can save an additional $150 on your first month. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just tell them the promo code SHARE to get your additional savings. Maybe now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have. Start saving. Here it is. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Telling it like it really is. That's the fact. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Attractive. All right, lots to talk about today. We've got a few surprises coming your way. We are going to be chatting with a representative of, well, there's
your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds and jobs are expensive and professional. Well, at Blindster, if you have a 10-year screwdriver, you can install a custom blind and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
A nice day on the way. In fact, a beautiful day on the way for our Wednesday. Ample sunshine from start to finish. Temperatures still this morning in 40s, but we'll get up to about 70, 40 this afternoon. Winds will be light around 14 miles per hour. Southeast, tonight we're out into the 50s. It will not be quite as cold. Some days slip to the upper 40s. More clouds tomorrow, mid-70s. Still dry. Chance of rain tomorrow night. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seagreen for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Wednesday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate system moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Atlanta to Albany Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wilmington, north out of Troy. You keep listening, we'll keep you posted. Thompson Tractor is here to help. When you need parts and service, you put it on your CAT card. Stop by today and ask about their wicked crazy specials exclusively with CAT card customers. Thompson Tractor on Highway 80, just off by 85. Buckle up, it's the law. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Chad Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Wednesday. The man linked to the disappearance of an Alabama teenager 20 years ago stepped into a plea deal in a Birmingham courtroom today. Jordan Vandersloot is expected to reveal what he knows about the death of Natalie Holloway and where her body was disposed of. She never came home from a senior class trip to Aruba back in 2004, facing allegations of trying to extort money from Holloway's family. Pike Road Through High School now has a new proposed location. We're entered into a contract to buy land at the intersection of Wallahatchie Road and Pike Road near the water tower. Groundbreaking will still be on track for early 2024. Some national news this morning. City County Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as House Speaker. That position is still open. Later this morning, Republican Representative Jim Jordan separated Speaker sales earlier this week. That's your news on this Wednesday. I'm Chad Davis for WSFA 12.
Larry Luggage Chevrolet needs your help to move their remaining 2023 Silverados. They must make room for the 24s that are now arriving. Take advantage of the huge discounts and 3.9% financing on all remaining 23s. They also have a great selection of pre-owned vehicles with over 100 in stock in all makes, models, and price ranges. Go see the good folks at Larry Luggage Chevrolet today on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. Or shop online at LarryLuggage.com or call at 334-285-9300.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Army Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations, commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean and clear your property, call Penny Earn at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9293.
Are you like yourself, trying to find the needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter? Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post the job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
I think it's time for a new set of headphones.
/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey, Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No, wait, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway.
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PACK to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PACK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PACK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on
Pull
it.
off of Kevin McCarthy and hopefully go to Jim Jordan. Let's get it done. Come on, guys. Let's get a Speaker of the House in there.
Okay, then. Look at old McCarthy is out there telling these guys, don't vote for
Don't
me
do
again.
that, yeah.
Vote for.
I mean, this is serious, and we need to come together. And those that made that vote, kind of wasted the vote because, they were just trying to make a point.
One of the rumors making the rounds is that Jim Jordan asked Steve Scalise for his help and said, will you please go talk to these people who voted for you and get them to vote for me? And Scalise said no. Now that's, once again, just the rumor mill. Trust what you think you're going to have to decide what you believe out of all of this, because we're not getting a lot of straight answers. A lot of this is taking place behind closed doors. I don't understand exactly. Speaking of not trusting people, Joran Vandersloot is supposed to be in court today, somewhere around 9:30 at the Hugo Black courthouse.
It says
He is going to change his plea on the extortion deal where he was trying to get $250,000 out of the Holloway family in exchange for the location of Natalie Holloway's body. He did a $25,000 deal up front. Then discovered that there was no body in that location. Right off the bat, what he said was wrong. It was a lie. Not really a surprise. The whole thing, I think, was designed as a sting to get Joran Vandersloot and, hang him out to dry, which is exactly what is taking place here. But supposedly today he is going to give details about the passing of Natalie Holloway and the disposal of her body.
Is that it?
And of course, he's going to do.
Why is it playing? There's no thing in the.
Sure. I didn't.
There's no. I just did that.
You can't trust what this guy is going to say today.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a
Right on.
and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear,
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, one more time, one more day that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. Again, it is October the 18th, 2023 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled, Use What You Have for Christ. Our scripture insight today comes from Acts 9:36 through 43. And Acts 9:36 says, Tabitha was always doing good and helping the poor. I think we all can take a lesson from that. And again, it is October the 18th, 2023. It is a day like all the other days that has never been. And it is a day that once it is gone, it will never, ever come again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you don't do today that you should. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, October the 18th, 2023, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done this day. If you lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever we do, when we can, while we can, and if we can, reach back and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever you do in life, you should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard of how you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, we all do, but you'll never be a failure. Never. Until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never give up. Winners never quit. Oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they'll never be a failure as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. And no matter what happens to you this day, no matter what it is still a great day to be alive. Use what you have for Christ. That is our daily bread for this day, October the 18th, 2023. We'll be back, hopefully.
Hey friend, welcome to today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional. Our reading today, titled Use What You Have for Christ, was written by Marvin Williams. Ever heard of the Sewing Hall of Fame? Established in 2001, it recognizes people that have made a lasting impact on the home sewing industry with unique and innovative contributions through sewing education and product development. It includes individuals like Martha Pullen, inducted into the hall in 2005, who is described as a Proverbs 31 woman who never failed to publicly acknowledge the source of her strength, inspiration, and blessings. The Sewing Hall of Fame is a 21st century invention, but had it been around during the 1st century in Israel, a woman named Tabitha might have been a lock for induction. Tabitha was a believer in Jesus and a seamstress who spent time sewing for poor widows in her community. After she became ill and died, disciples sent for Peter to see if God would work a miracle through him. When he arrived, weeping widows showed him robes and other clothing that Tabitha had made for them. These clothes were evidence of her always doing good for the poor in her city. By God's power, Tabitha was restored to life. God calls and equips us to use our skills to meet needs that are present in our community and world. Let's release our skills into the service of Jesus and see how he'll use our acts of love to stitch hearts and lives together. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Acts chapter 9, verses 36 through 43. In Joppa, there was a disciple named Tabitha. In Greek, her name is Dorcas. She was always doing good and helping the poor. About that time, she became sick and died, and her body was washed and placed in an upstairs room. Lydda was near Joppa, so when the disciples heard that Peter was in Lydda, they sent 2 men to him and urged him, "Please come at once." Peter went with them, and when he arrived, he was taken upstairs to the room. All the widows stood around him, crying and showing him the robes and other clothing that Dorcas had made while she was still with them. Peter sent them all out of the room. Then he got down on his knees and prayed. Turning toward the dead woman, he said, "Tabitha, get up." She opened her eyes, and seeing Peter, she sat up. He took her by the hand and helped her to her feet. Then he called for the believers, especially the widows, and presented her to them alive. This became known all over Joppa, and many people believed in the Lord. Peter stayed in Joppa for some time with a tanner named Simon. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, please help us to be alert to the needs of others, and as we're able and equipped, respond to them with love and compassion. And it's in your name that we pray, Lord. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, it's time to rise and shine. You got your word? Now it's time to get it with the birds. All right, go ahead, Jenna. We got to get PT down here in a minute. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's hit it. Rose up, airborne. Every day we run to the sun. Nose red, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knee. Down in the mess hall on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of. And a mermaid can. Was molded and the meat was bad. The bread was molded and the meat was bad. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be. Gotta be. Rough and tough. Rough and tough. Air. Boom. All the way. All the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs no breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Oh, hit it, hit it. You have the pleasure of listening to the 82nd Airborne Choir here. I just want you to know that, you know. And General, her name is General Tia. I'll talk to her later. We picked them up, parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering blow. All the way. Let's hit it, let's hit it. And on driving. Driving on, driving on. Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be. Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne. Airborne. All right, somebody get Sergeant Smith out here. Tell him it's time for PT. Somebody needs to call the cadence today. It's not going to be me. I got laryngitis. Okay, not really. I bet that's it in my head again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Mayor, you need to get on top of the formation there. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hard work, work. Hard work, work, work. That's what they say. Come on. All right, here it go. Get up about 2:45 and earn my pay. Come on. I'm running. And go do work. Hard work, work. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Somebody bring me a cup of coffee and tell the first side he's late. Working on the doors in the morning. Word up. Let's go to work. Hard work. Oh yeah. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Gotta do it. Hard work, work. Here we go. Hard work, work. Hard work. I'm earning my pay. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, work, work. We do it on out. Hard work, work. on the airplane in the early morning rain. Come on now.
Hard work, let me hear.
Hard work,
Hard work, turn it up.
hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. The mission is go, baby. Destination unknown. Don't know we're ever coming home. I earned my pay. All right. Woo, that work kind of put some strength on my legs right there. Okay. I, I had a profile today and I couldn't run. So I went to sick call right before I got here. And the medic told me to just take a break today, without running. So I don't want to lie to you guys. He said, just Sergeant Elkins, go lay down. But I couldn't lay down. I had to come to work. So I'll catch you guys on Friday, okay? Hey, you look good out there. You look good out there. Seriously, you did. So now, let us pay homage and honor to all the men and women, past, present, and future, who wear this country's uniform and go all over the place. They don't ask who or why. They just go. Okay, sometimes we ask why, but that don't stop us. We still going. That's why I keep an extra set of jump boots, shine, the uniform crisply fresh, a pair of fatigues. I'm just waiting for the call, baby. Waiting for the call. You can still shave in my jump boots. I'm just telling you. All I can do now is go down to Fort Benning and get me one of them new Army suits because I love those things. Pink and green, whatever the hell it is. I like it. I need to put one on one time, see what I look like if I was in the modern Army. Wait a minute. I don't want to be in the modern Army. Okay, we could, because some of them don't. Okay, we don't want to go there. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we must pay homage to them. So good morning. We call those our top guns. People come from all over the world to learn from the best that there is right here in Montgomery, Alabama. Something to be proud of. Don't you agree? Me too. And if they could just get me a 141 parked on a tarmac out there, I'd be a happy camper. I just want to see one more time. There's got to be some place where there's a C-141. And let's not forget our local heroes. Montgomery Police Department, Aaliyah, Montgomery Sheriff Department. Good morning to the mayor. Okay, so I'm kissing up a little bit, but not too much. I'm just saying, that's the way it rolls sometimes. Every man kisses up every once in a while. Somebody said I was too fat for an army. You must ain't seen me in a while. I'm fit and trim. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I am willing to bet that I could go to Fort Benning right now. I don't know what they call it now, but to me it's always Fort Benning. I can go down to Fort Benning right now, and after about 3 weeks of intense PT, baby, I could still get in an airplane and carry a 70-pound rucksack, baby, and hit the ground and do a perfect PLF. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm still good. Okay, I can do it. As a matter of fact, when I went up to Maxwell a couple weeks ago, when the when the Golden Knights were here, the Army's parachute team, I went out there kind of upset because I didn't know about it. Being the only paratrooper on the airwaves of this city, probably this whole state, and I didn't. Nobody told a brother about it. So, but when I got there, I quickly changed my mind because in order to jump, you had to be on the some guy has to be in back of you while you're up in the air, and you are tethered to him. And I said to myself, that surely looks like an uncomfortable position. Not only is it uncomfortable, it looks kind of questionable. So I got to tell you, when I got to Maxwell, I wasn't upset at all. But now if they'd have told me, Elkins, you can jump by yourself, I'd have been on the bird, baby. I'd have been on the bird. But that was for beginners. That was for those folks who wanted to be airborne, but not go through the work and be it. Okay. But that guy that is landing back of me back there, he may have some other thoughts while we coming down. So I left that one alone and I came off base and I said, okay. So if I ever jump again out of a bird, I'm gonna jump by myself. I'm not gonna let nobody ride my back all the way down. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay. So it is 6:34 in the morning. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll have something to talk about, like the lessons of life, as well as the word of the day. Yeah, I don't think I could get into that. Let some guy ride my back all the way down. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we draw the line right there. Okay, we draw the line because there's just some position a brother ought not be in. Okay, and having a guy behind you that close, yeah, yeah, that's a little too close to. That's a little bit too close to comfort. All right, like in the army, tighten it up, make your buddy smile. Well, as tight as they were, somebody was smiling. We'll be back. I hope this day finds you feeling blessed and healthy and with a great sense of humor. Because sometimes you might want to cry, but laugh instead, because you know we got your back. We'll be back.
so you can breathe better, snore less.
To the doctor in 10 minutes. Okay, Mom. Hey, remember you have to do it. Yes. This time for renewing vaccines. You have to make sure all your vaccines are up to date.
Hey, Auburn is on the way back. Okay, you're on the way back. Auburn is coming back.
Children of all ages to be up to date on their immunizations before attending school. Every child needs to be vaccinated against polio, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, also known as whooping cough, measles, mumps, and chickenpox.
Jordan B. Peterson podcast with his very special podcast.
Often like the last hour of a 3-hour podcast is the best part. Yeah, well, my intuition is certain, right? And revolutionary. Part of my revolutionary idea is just me being stubborn.
Jordan B. Peterson podcast and special guest Joe Rogan. Download it free and easy at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from the Westwood One Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Elkins. Even with heart failure, my mother remains strong. Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, and manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show. Chinese and Russians don't fear Joe Biden on News Radio 1440.
I think you could always return it. Yeah, have a little fun. Go buy you something big, Richard.
Yeah.
And just go, oh, well, I need to return
Like
this.
eat and appreciation and then bring it back.
No.
In this day and age, something big for me is like, a new vacuum.
That's exciting.
That's how fun it is. Yeah.
Me and my new wire that's on the way.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what happened to my computer this morning, but that's okay. I've got it under control. We good. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to down for a second here. You know. There we go. There we go. Captain and Timmy. They all make me get me in the right. 1975 when this song came out, I was headed for Fort Dix, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Now I will admit to you, my stay at Fort Dix was kind of short. That's another long story too. Yeah, I joined twice in 2 years. It's a long story. Okay, I'll tell you real quick. Okay, there I was in 1975, 18 years old, didn't know what to do, was lost in paradise in Rome, Georgia. Yeah, great place, Rome, good place. So I was hungry. I went in there and, signed the thing. I had a job actually. I worked at a hospital as an orderly. They don't call them orderlies anymore. They call them some sort of technician. Okay, I was a technician. Okay, I work with alcoholics and drug addicts, and I found that was not the work for me because I had no empathy whatsoever. I could not understand. I could not understand how people could get drunk every weekend and do crazy things. I just couldn't. And then they would come to the hospital, we would dry them out, we'd send them home, and a week later, they died. I didn't understand that. Okay, now, but as my mother told me one time, she said, the things you don't understand, keep living. And as I got older, I kind of understand now. There's some things that take over us, and we just, like mine is Coca-Cola. Okay, now I'm doing better now. I only had one Coke all week this week, Sunday, whatever that was. So I'm doing better, But for years, I drank like Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola 10 or 12 sodas a day. I mean, I was on it. I'd slap you, and I'd almost hurt you if you took my Coca-Cola. I'm just telling you. I think there really is Coca-Cola in those things. But anyway, so I got tired of working with the alcoholics and the drug addicts and smelling. Alcoholics have a smell to them that is just, it's tough to take. However, I actually named my son Emmanuel. His middle name is Lamaster, and I named him after one of the guys that I used to help in the hospital because he was such a nice man when he was not drinking. Wise, just such a fantastic human being. And I even named my son. But I wasn't empathetic. If you're gonna do a job like work with alcoholics and drug addicts, and you need to have some empathy. And I just lost it. I said, okay, let me join the army. Let me go do something else. And so there, I decided to do something else. But it was a good job. The nurses, Mrs. Brown. I know you don't know who these people are. You never will. I don't know if Mrs. Brown is still alive. Mrs. Scott, my nurses that I work for. Um, it was a great experience, but that's probably why I've never drank an alcohol in my life or anything like that. That's probably why I have flashbacks to those guys coming in every weekend. I know you don't care. I know, but I thought I'd tell you anyway, um, because there is something that gets us all. Some we can see, and some we can't. So I'm just saying, if you don't drink, and if you can, do it moderately. Because once it takes you over, brother, that's almost a hell on earth. Okay, that Coca-Cola, the only difference between me, and the guy who was an alcoholic, because I was a Coca-holic. Okay, now let me explain. When I say Coke, I mean Coca-Cola, not the other Coke. So I was a Coca-holic, and I had to have one. I just had to have one every hour of the week. So I just had to do it. So we all get addicted and attached to something. The only difference is Coca-Cola it was legal, so I could get legally addicted to it, and that's what I was. And the army didn't help because we would go places overseas that you couldn't find water, but you had Coca-Cola. I said, okay, give me all that old. But anyway, long story. So anyway, it is time for the lessons of life and the word of the day. And the word of the day, well, it's ACRONYM. ACRONYM. For my military friends, it is Alpha, Charlie, Romeo, Oscar, November, Yankee, Mike. Okay? So, ACRONYM. Okay? So, what's the word? Acronym. What is an acronym? Well, an acronym is a word formed from the first letter or letter from each of the words in the phrase. And one of the most well-known acronyms is Alpha Sierra Alpha Papa. Okay, ASAP, which means as soon as possible. That is an acronym where the letters, okay, represent the words. ASAP, as soon as possible. That is an acronym. Okay. All right then. I'm glad I helped you out on that right there. Seriously, I am. What is the lesson of life today? Now, the lesson of life today is an interesting one. And as soon as young folks and you and all of us figure it out, okay. As soon as people figure this out, the world would be a better place. But we got people who can't do it. So what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Well, there have been many discoveries in the annals of mankind. We have traversed the moon. We have, at least I think we did. I'm not sure we went to the moon or not. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But they say we've been on the moon. I'm good until I can prove otherwise. Let's see some video. Yeah. Modern video, okay, not Hollywood stuff. Let's see some video. I don't know. But we went to the moon. We have discovered cures for illnesses. We have built skyscrapers. As a matter of fact, if you go to Dubai, why did I tell you over there? Okay. If you go to Dubai, you will find architecture like you have never seen any place in the world. I mean, buildings that look like they're trying to be the Tower of Babel, trying to reach heaven. So we have done, oh, you guys haven't been to Dubai? Well, the next time I go, I will, I'll take you with me. All right? Okay, I won't take you with me, but you can ride with me if you want to. Don't you think you want to? Okay, because it's high over there. It's high over there. I mean, high. Took all the money I had. I had to take more than $3. I mean, $300. $300 wouldn't how to get you nothing to eat over there. But anyway, if you ever go there, though, you'll see some of the most magnificent structures in the world. And I'm not going up in them things. Okay? I don't care how nice it looks. I'm not going up in a building that's built on sand. Okay? You're not going that high up in the air for nothing in the world. Okay? I'm just telling you. So if you guys ever get over there, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so here it is. The greatest human discovery of all time. No matter what we have built, no matter how many planes we have built, no matter how far in space we have gone, the greatest human discovery of all time is that a person can change their future by changing their attitude. And if you don't believe it, try it right now. The greatest human discovery of all time is that a person can change their future, change their lives by merely changing their attitude. And that, my friend, is no joke. Okay? No joke whatsoever. All right. Things that happened on this day: 1920, the First Balkan War. 1914, the Apostolic Movement was founded in Germany. 1921, the Crimean Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic was formed as part of the Russian Soviet Federated Socialist Republic. 1922, the British Broadcasting Company, otherwise known as the BBC Corporation, is founded by a consortium to establish a nationwide network of radio transmitters to provide a national broadcasting service. 1929, the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council overruled the Supreme Court of Canada in Edwards versus Canada when it declares that women are considered persons under Canadian law. That's really nice of them. 1944, World War II, Soviet Union begins the liberation of Czechoslovakia from Nazi Germany. 1944, World War II, the state funeral of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel takes place in Ulm, Germany. 1945, the USSR's nuclear program received plans for the United States. Plutonium bomb from Klaus Fuchs and the Los Alamos National Laboratory. 1945, also a group from the Venezuelan armed forces led by Mario Vargas, Marcos Perez Jimenez, and Carlos Delgado Cabal staged a coup d'etat against President Medina Angarita. It was overthrown by the end of the day. In the year 1945, also, Argentine military officer from television, Juan Perón, married actress Eva Durante. Why that's important? Okay. 1954, Texas Instruments announces the Regency TR1, the first mass-produced transistor radio. Okay. In 1963, Lisette, a black, white, female partridge cat, becomes the first cat launched into space. Last I heard, he's still up there. 1967, the Soviet probe Venera 4 reaches Venus. I don't believe it. Yeah, I see it. And becomes the first spacecraft to measure the atmosphere from another planet. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. I don't think it. No. 1977. German Autumn, a set of events revolving around the kidnapping of Hans Martin Schindler and the hijacking of Lufthansa flight by the Red Army Fracture, otherwise known as the RAF, comes to an end when Schreider is murdered and various RAF members allegedly commit suicide. Allegedly. 1979, the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, begins allowing people to have home satellite Earth stations without a federal government. It was 1991, the Supreme Court adopts a Declaration of Independence from this country. Okay. 2003, Bolivian gas conflict, which we're probably going to have a listen later. Bolivian President Gonzalo Sanchez is forced to resign and to lead Bolivia. Not that it matters, but okay. Karachi in 2007, the Karachi bombing, a suicide truck on a motorcade carrying former Pakistan Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto killed 139 and wounded 450. More himself, he was actually injured too. In 2019, NASA astronauts Jessica Meir, Christina Koch take part in the first all-female spacewalk. Like that's a big deal. When they venture out of the International Space Station to replace a power controller. Okay, I don't know what it is. And those are some of the things that happen on this day. So what are we celebrating today? Well, it is National Day of Civic Hacking. What that's all about? I don't know. National First Love Day. Do you remember your first love? Do you remember the euphoric feeling? Yeah. Chiropractic Founders Day. Most people are unaware of the fact that chiropractic care can actually redefine their life, according to this article right here. Global Company Culture Day. Okay, here's one. Hug a greeting card writer today. Which is something I should do. I should ask them, can I write for them? Because I write some great cards. I'm a word master. I can write things that'll make you cry. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the writers and express our feelings of gratitude and fondness. Okay, now International Equal Pay Day. I don't know if we need equal pay. Okay, the first step in closing the gender gap of is understanding the role you can play. I don't know. Does everybody deserve the same pay? Doesn't experience and education mean something? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't make money at Rush Limbaugh. Did probably should, but I don't. So, does everybody listen? I don't know. Okay, here's something else for today, and we can do it today. We used to couldn't do this. Okay, locate an old friend day. Find some old friend to do it. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on Snapchat. You can do it on Twitter. You can find people that you thought you would never see again. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to locate an old friend day. Find somebody and look them up. All right. Anything else? National Quilting Day. I don't really know what quilting is. Whatever it is, it's your day. Also, National HIV/AIDS and Aging Awareness Day. If you used to have AIDS, you probably wouldn't want to get too old. Good. Okay, now National Report on Kickback Fraud Day. You know people that are committing fraud? Well, tell somebody. National Respect Day. Remember what I told you? Respect does not have to be earned. It can only be lost. Respect is the default. You respect everybody you meet, regardless of their place or their station in life. It can only be lost. People don't have to earn it. National School Backpack Awareness Day. Now we were on this. Now, here's a good one. Hey, I didn't come up with this. National Purple Bra Day. I'm good. I'm good with that one. Okay. How are you going to know what color the bra is? Okay, anyway. Read an ebook day. Go online and read an ebook, okay? Rice Krispies Treat Day, okay? And one more, U.S. Air Force Day. Don't go home. Oh, that's Marine Corps. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know. Aim high. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, time's up. We'll come back with other things and uno momento. So you guys just be good. And, we'll come back. Purple Bra Day. Let me do some research on that.
Going to the wayside.
And when that happens, then maybe they don't make it on the next debate stage because they don't have enough money in their coffers, and they're not able to run the ads necessary to keep the polling numbers.
Yeah, and as far as watching and paying attention, I think most of us are taking a cliff notes on it, kind of know,
Yeah.
you know, who are the top couple of candidates. Cliff note it.
Nobody's really excited about these guys. I'm sorry to say. I know that DeSantis has his supporters, and he's still got some financial backers. I have a feeling right now that those people are really aiming more for 2028. I think the writing is pretty close to being on the wall, unless something major happens with Donald Trump, and something major could happen with Donald Trump. You never can tell. Donald Trump, don't stick around. Fixing the lighting, 99 pounds.
With Birmingham comes to town. WCRR, WBPI, Birmingham. Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. The news starts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden landed in Tel Aviv this morning to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and try to set terms to provide humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza.
Israel, as they respond to this attack, seems to me that they have to continue to ensure that you have what you need to defend yourself.
Mr. Biden's visit to Israel comes a day after a massive explosion at a hospital in Gaza City. Israel blames the blast of a misfired rocket by an Islamic Jihad. Hamas blames Israel. Correspondent MPS Tayab reports from East Jerusalem.
Survivors were rushed to the nearby Shifa hospital, which was already at breaking point, as doctors scrambled to treat the wounded, and those who lost loved ones tried to make sense of the horror. Hundreds of people are reported to have been killed in the explosion, making it the single biggest loss of life in the Palestinian territory in all the 5 wars between Hamas and Israel over the past 16 years.
In Washington, Jim Jordan was 16 Republican votes short of what he needed to become the next House Speaker, so GOP lawmakers will try again today. Senate Republican Mitt Romney's been watching on the sidelines. He tells CBS News.
There are people in my party who go to Washington not to make law, but to make noise. Jim Jordan would call himself one of those who's got a lot to say, loud and barking, but actually getting law that's signed not just by members of the House, but also in the Senate and by the President. That's a different matter.
The number of decaying bodies recovered at a Colorado funeral home has risen from 115 to 189. Andrew Wilson, a bit suspicious.
I already believe in our heart that the ashes that we were living with we didn't come with anything necessary to give us. It didn't come with another registration tag. My question is, what were we given, and where is our mother?
Investigators descended on the Return to Nature funeral home in Penrose after neighbors began reporting foul odors 2 weeks ago. Young drivers are being more careful on the road. CBS's Jennifer Sula.
Fatal crashes involving the young drivers over 20% in 2003 to 2021, according to a nonprofit group of state highway safety officers. Deaths of truckers under 21 fell 45% during the 20-year period.
Remember when sick days were for when you actually got sick? Payroll data show the number of U.S. workers sicking out has soared since the pandemic, and it's not only because of COVID. Managers and human resource execs tell the Wall Street Journal it's mostly younger workers who feel more entitled to take full advantage of all of their benefits. This is CBS News.
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way, helping you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Delicious window washing business is meeting your price. We need more certified people to keep on the produce so clear. Indeed, can hire great people fast. Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. Every branch working together. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like Certainty Landmark Pro, right at my fingertips. And now through November, purchase Certainty with Beacon Pro Plus, web app, and earn up to $750. Beacon, always building.
Workers down for the count again. Just one fact.
30 days that you get about most of us.
We're not talking about 8 days, we're talking about 14.
that I am not pregnant. But I took a COVID test and it told me I am pregnant with COVID.
He joked he caught it from Swifties at the movies last weekend.
Right now I'm feeling, let's say, fine. Just a sore throat and a bad case of pneumonia.
It was out for months during the writer's strike. On the rest, yes, there's a new Mr. October. Jackson for the first left-hander and he's in history with his team. But the Bills pulled May from another Bennett. CBS News.
I'd like to keep you there. Wonderful, man. I cannot complain. It is treating me wonderful. I'm truly glad to be alive, enjoying life, in the process of just making life better. Got to do it. What happened at city council this week? Oh, I our city council people, I don't know who it is, the fire department. It's stricter, and that's the cycle. Overcrowded. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just people doing the wrong thing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's attitude is yeah. I mean, and you're a perfect example of that. You find all the negative things about black people, and you. No, I didn't. I mean, everything you say about black people is negative. Everything, in other words, it's like the Democratic Party. There's a reason the majority of black people are members of the Democratic Party. You know what the one issue? They've been brainwashed. No. You know what the one issue is? Yeah. You are black in America. You are black. And if and you know what? That is the Republican Party fails to recognize that is a problem. Well, I think the Republican Party is not all they say they are either. They act like they want black people, but they really don't. No, they don't even act like they want. Like right now, who is the most hated person by black people in the United States of America? Donald John Trump. No. He is the most. That's what you can say. No. Where can you go and find a lot of black people that like Donald Trump? Other day in New York. Where? In New York. Where? What is, as a matter of fact, let's go by percentage. What is small percentage? A small percentage anyway. That's different. And that's because Donald Trump did over black folks in Obama did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. He didn't do anything. He gave hundreds of millions of dollars to HBCUs. Obama did. No, he did. No, he didn't. He didn't increase anything. He didn't increase anything. We talked about it. He told a group of people, and he didn't. That means someone he didn't do it. Yes, he did. Okay. I ain't mad at Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't do anything to me. I was living better. My rent, my grocery bill was a hell of a lot lower. My insurance was lower. My light bill was lower. Everything was lower. That was because of Donald Trump. He didn't make it go up like the White House now is doing. Did he make it go up? Yes. But first of all, when the first thing you do when you're coming off, the first thing you do is cut people out of jobs when they're trying to get power for this American oil. They cut it automatically. What job? 15 that pipeline that was coming from Canada
in Nebraska and stuff like that. He cut it.
And how many people are employed?
Directly employed or those who have been affected.
What you talking about? The amount of people who have been employed has increased.
Oh yeah, we got burger jobs now.
No, what I'm saying, Kevin, is you make a statement. Make a statement that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You named one thing.
I get more than that.
And that's not an issue.
And promote all
their pipeline is only to make money.
That's what it's all out there.
But that's one thing. But everything, no, it doesn't benefit us. It only benefits that oil company.
And the oil goes where?
Overseas.
Whatever, but if it goes overseas, that means that it's a financial situation in America.
The only thing that it affects is if it lowers the price of gasoline for us. Does it? No.
It didn't go low. It was low. This is what I would never do.
Let me ask you this: how much is a gallon of gas today? Well, that's the one I buy.
See there? Lord, I thought it was.
289. How much was it when you was in office?
In the last 4 years.
How much was gasoline a gallon when he was in office? Okay, 289.
Yeah, that's almost 3. That's a lot of things.
It was still. It wasn't like.
Y'all just don't like Donald.
Don't say that.
I ain't mad at you. I don't like that.
If I say a fact, don't say it.
No, I don't.
I don't deal with it.
I never one time worried about the price of gasoline. Never one time. One time. Everything else was going good. Business was going good. Things were going well.
Right now.
I didn't worry about it.
Everything's going good right now. People make more money. They spend more money.
Everything is going up. It needs more money. Everything.
People make more money.
So we're not moving.
And people make more money now.
That doesn't make any difference.
What was the average paycheck when Donald Trump was on? Good. It was nowhere near what it is now.
It didn't need to be.
Yes, it did.
You know, people, I've heard of people in this town, the minute their lease was up, their rent went up $400.
What did that have to do with it?
$400. Yes, it does.
You know,
it all starts in top.
No, it doesn't.
The
rent not going to have nothing to do with it.
But it does. But it does. You cannot live in a vacuum. What happens in California, you still live in.
No, it doesn't. No, the price of real estate in California has nothing to do with price.
It's a chain effect. It's a ripple effect. That's what it is.
It's location. It's location. And none of that has anything to do with president, whether it's Joe Biden or Trump.
It's attitude. It's if you think that the future is looking better, you become more optimistic. This is the first time in my life. This is the first time in my life in this country that I felt our country is in severe danger economically and physically in danger. I never felt this way before.
Why?
Never.
Why?
Because they're tearing at the fabric.
What is the fabric?
First of all, we weren't allowed this whole LGBT stuff.
What does it mean?
Tearing us
up.
I'm sorry.
You're a homophobe.
No, I don't care about.
Let me ask you this.
I don't care about people.
What does LGBTQ have to do with you?
It has everything to do.
What percentage of people in the United States of America are a member of that group?
No,
what percentage?
About 1 to 3%. Doesn't bother me.
The percentage is so small.
I don't care what people do.
Does that have anything to do with this?
It is. Yes, it is making our kids confused. And when you make them, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Is
your kid confused?
Who's that?
I asked you, is your kid confused?
Who's that?
Is your kid confused?
Who's his daddy?
You answered the question. You said it is making kids confused.
But I'm his daddy. I'm
so if you're saying it's making kids confused, that means the majority of people are confused.
Okay, folks, sorry about the little technical phone call there, but you know how it goes. Donald's here, every time Donald's here, it's kind of, my blood pressure up. Good morning to you. It is a Wednesday morning. It is October the 18th, 2023. Donald Jenkins here with us, our first and third Wednesday of the month. He comes and joins us, even though we don't really do much of anything. But that's okay. So here's the question. Donald was trying to tell me technically what happens in other places doesn't affect us. I absolutely 100% totally disagree. What happens in other places affects us, whether it's directly or indirectly. I am part of the whole, and anything that happens to the whole happens to me.
We're going to make a statement.
Yeah.
We were being specific. We were talking about price of rent.
It's going up since
you mentioned the price of rent in California. I said the price of rent in California has nothing to do with the price of rent in Montgomery, Alabama.
What if it's the same company that owns it in California?
It does not.
Take it up.
Kevin, it is located.
Tell them people who can put out their homes and
first of all, it has nothing to do with who says the price of rent.
Attitude.
No, it is.
Attitude. The
price of rent is based on location.
That's not true.
It is based on location.
Well, wait a minute. Why do people grow up there and they're in the same location?
The Montgomery. The price of rent is based on supply and demand. If there is a demand for a certain property, the price of it goes up.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That's a lie. Because if you own the property, you can take the price of it anytime you want to. That's a lie.
But that doesn't mean people will rent.
Somebody will.
Not all the time.
Somebody will.
No, it doesn't. In other words, it's location. In other words, you can have a piece of property in West Montgomery. I'll give you a perfect example. You can have a piece of property in West Montgomery. It can be 1 acre. You can have 1 acre in East Montgomery. The 1 acre in East Montgomery will be 10 times more. And I'm just exaggerating. And it's an acre of land. So it's the location. It's according to what
from
is located.
From a business standpoint, I would agree with you. But that land in East Montgomery is no more valuable than the land in West Montgomery. No, only because land gets a higher value.
Here's what I can tell you. Here's basic economics 101. There's a difference. Yes, it does. There's a difference between value and worth.
Yeah.
You can value something as whatever you want it to be. But what is it worth? Worth is what someone will pay for it. In other words, if you have a house in certain parts of East Montgomery, the price of that house is a lot higher than a house, same square footage, in West Montgomery.
Sure.
Now, we're talking about, and that is called worth.
That's called separation.
No, it's called worth.
They raise the price on certain things to keep certain people out. Sometimes I don't blame them, but it's not necessarily worth, but they're
what people are they trying to keep out?
Well, also, don't blame them sometimes.
Okay, so you're giving a cause of what is happening.
But it doesn't make it any more valuable. It's
worth.
It is to exclude people.
Okay, if whatever the reason, you have just stated you have won the argument for me. I told you a piece of property that is in a certain location is worth more than a piece of property.
It may not be worth more, but it may be valued more.
No. It's a different. I just told you.
It's only worth that if somebody's willing to pay.
The word value is useless. Yeah. You can value something at whatever you want to do. When they have sales, they always say a $50 value on sale for $25.
Yeah, I hear.
That's what it was worth all the time.
Well, it's worth less than that, so we can't sell.
So it's only what it's worth.
It's only worth what somebody's willing to pay.
So the value is only there as a point, a start point. But what it's worth is what someone will pay.
Yes, Ed. I'm never going to say anything about Sunday school. Sunday school is a man-made construct. I don't want to say anything about it. Okay, well, listen, you have the right to your opinion. Okay, show me where Sunday school's in the Bible at. Just show me where it's in the Bible, and then we can talk about it. Show me. It's not in there. It's not in there. It's not in there. I'm going to hang up on you too, because that's common sense. All right then.
Yeah. Value and worth. Yeah. They're two different things. I'll give you a perfect example. You can have an American car that was inexpensive in 1955. It is now worth more than, let's say, a Mercedes of the same year.
I don't think it's worth more. I think it's value because it's an antique. They put an artificial value on it.
No, here's
it's
what
an
I'm
artificial
saying.
value.
Right now, there you can have a 1965 Chevrolet.
Okay.
Malibu.
All right.
454 SS.
Or GTO.
Okay, you can have it. Well, you can have a 1970. Sorry, let's say a 1970 Malibu.
Yeah.
It is worth more than a 1970 Mercedes right now.
Because somebody is willing to pay.
So I'm saying that at the time, the value of that Mercedes was worth almost twice what that Malibu was at the time, or Chevelle. So now the value and worth. Worth is what someone will pay.
Economics is a theory.
Value.
And most of the time, economic theories are wrong.
But no, Kevin.
Yes, they are.
It's economics.
I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you.
Economics is the process of the exchange of goods and services. That's what economics is.
And the policy
and economics is based on theories. No, and then here's what we're talking about. It is based on supply and demand.
That's not true.
That is true.
No, if you have the supply, you can determine the demand by limiting. Yes, you can. By limiting the supply, you can bring up the demand.
What it is.
No. If I got 10 balloons, I got 10 balloons, and there's 20 people outside that want them. Because I have 10, I'm only going to sell 5. The value of those balloons just went up exponentially because now only 5 people can get them.
I'll give you a perfect example. Precious metal is worth more because of the supply. That's economic.
Especially when you want to buy it.
Here you go.
Lead is lead.
Okay, no, here you go. Lead is lead.
And gold is gold. And everything like gold is worth more than anything when you pay for it.
It's worth.
It's a metal.
It's worth. Yeah. And it's according to the value that you place on that is what
exactly what you're willing to pay for it. That doesn't make it. It's an artificial value.
It's
exactly.
As you say, it is explosive. It is, and it is not artificial. What we're talking about is supply and demand.
So that, like this oil issue we have in America. OPEC can stick it to us anytime they want to because we got the most ignorant leadership in the history of America. We sell oil. We sell our oil to other countries. And
here's what you have. Oil is sold on the international market. The price of oil
we have our own oil.
Hold on. The price of oil is based internationally. All oil companies in the world sell their oil to the world market. Now, whatever the world will pay for the oil, that depends on that will determine the price. In other words, in America,
we have more oil than most places in the world,
and we sell it.
And so why would we?
It's not we, and you know who the we are? We are the oil companies. Oil companies are in the business of making money. They're not in the business of helping you and I.
Supply and demand. We have our own supply. And we rather buy somebody else.
And who is the, hold on, let's define
the policymaker.
No, it's not the policymaker. No, they don't. The oil companies determine the price of the oil, not the United States of America.
We determine the price of our oil.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
The oil companies determine that price.
If we
no, we
our own oil.
When you say we, hold on.
America.
Who is we? America doesn't produce oil. Oil companies in America produce oil. The oil companies in America sell their oil to the highest bidder.
And sugar is grown by the cane, but it's still oil. Okay, I got that. I know that. But I'm telling you, if America spent more time producing its own energy, we would not be.
Oil companies are in the business of making money. They're not in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of becoming billionaires.
Supply and demand.
If we use our own resources, oil is sold on the world market.
I don't care about the world.
Well, that's stupid. If you don't care about the world, you know what oil companies do.
That's what I like about Donald Trump.
Who owns most of the oil? You say America. I'll give you a perfect example. right now in Montgomery. Who owns the gas station?
Well, we know who owns it. Who? We know who. I mean, we
You
know
say we know, okay, you say America, but who owns it?
private.
And who are they?
We know who they are.
Well, if they are named, who are they? Where are they from?
All of them Patel. Okay,
No, they're not.
I guarantee you will get what it is.
And they're not Patel, I can tell you
Their
that.
name is Patel.
Well, no, it's not. Patel is just like a generic. Like
It
Smith
means
and thank you. Now, the oil company.
So everybody comes from the city council. Everybody comes from the city council. That's
Everybody, that
just
is
about
a lie.
just about everybody who comes up to get a liquor license from those places, name is Patel. And I asked this question. I asked the city council one day. I said, "Well, everybody's name is Patel?"
No, it's not.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you, the person who owns the majority of those oil companies is not, the name is not Patel. He's not from India.
Yeah. I didn't say that either.
He's from Bangladesh. I'm telling you where he's from. What's the difference? The difference is his name is not Patel.
What's his name?
And he's not.
You don't say what's his name.
You know what?
I'm gonna say his name is Patel.
Yeah, I can say his name. I can tell you for a fact, and I'll bet you $1,000, but I'll show you off air who it is.
But I'm telling
you, if it is, well, I'm not going to say it. So if you know something,
go down.
Now, where is he from? Let me ask you this.
I don't
The
care what
owner of the majority of those states, you said Patel. I say
that's the name that they use
no,
to go down
okay. Okay. In other words, when they get, and I know
listen, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal.
Well, what I'm saying is how we got in this argument. We were saying America, and the majority of oil is not owned by America.
The majority of our oil is.
Well, let me ask you this. Who is BP?
British Petroleum.
Okay. Where are they?
I guess in Britain.
Okay.
Okay.
And how much oil do they own?
We are the only country.
Well, hold on now.
We're the
BP
only
is
country
British Petroleum.
that lets other countries decide our destiny. And that's
Kevin, you're backing yourself. In other words, I'll go back to my original statement. Oil is sold on the world market.
It doesn't happen.
And Americans do not own the world market.
We don't care. We don't need to own.
There are even companies in America.
If it wasn't owned, their market wouldn't be jack.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
It has everything to do with us.
No, then.
Take America out of the equation, the world is a whole lot different.
No, then.
Good morning. Yeah.
Persian. It was Persia. The whole area was Persia. Palestinians were there. Israel are Europeans who came in after World War II.
The Europeans?
Yeah, they're Europeans. Israel is a country created by the British and the Europeans and America. Israel is not the people who were originally there.
But who is anybody that was originally there?
Well, he asked me a question. I told you that was Persia. The Palestinians were there. The Israelis are the colonizers. These are colonizers. Just like in America, the Europeans came to this country. And the indigenous people were here thousands of years before them. They didn't pay. You keep saying that. They didn't agree to that.
I'm just telling you what it is.
How can you sell something how can you buy something that someone doesn't want to sell?
Well, we do it all the time.
The British established Israel after World War II. Yeah. And they've been fighting everything.
Okay, so who did Egypt have in bondage for 400 years?
The people who came out, look, what you have to understand, Kevin, the people in Israel are the refugees from Europe, from World War II. That's who those people are. Those are not the people who were there when Jesus Christ was born.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because they were in Europe.
Oh, so you think
was Jesus born in Europe?
So everybody was in Europe?
No, what I'm saying is that Israel of today is a colony. Basically of Europeans in America.
Since 1948, when they acquired that land.
Who is they?
The Jewish people acquired that land.
From who?
As far as I'm concerned.
And who did they? And who agreed to that? And what happened directly after that? They've been having wars ever since.
Well, because we get
All the
people
countries around
people
them.
who are people who major goal, the only goal is to get rid of the Jewish people.
Jewish people who are taking over this area, we think it be theirs.
Nobody is where
What they believe, that's what religious belief.
No, I got you.
And now, how is it that a group of people who have one religion come into an area that has a group of people that have another religion? Tell those people that my religion says that your land is not.
Again,
that's what the problem is. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, the majority of all those countries are Muslims. How is it that all of these Muslims are supposed to accept a group of people because they are from Europe and they say, this is the land that we say is our homeland? Yeah. They're all, God, I never saw God. Did you see God? Where did he write the contract? Where did God write that contract? If you bring God up and see you bring up the Bible, and I told you the Bible is just a mythical creation by man. Okay? It's a group of myths.
Okay,
well, that's what it is. That's what you believe.
I cannot.
Okay, let me see. So which one is right? Is it the Quran? Is it the Talmud? Is it the New Testament? The Old Testament? Which one is correct?
I think they're all because for certain things in time.
But they come in conflict with each other.
Okay.
If your Quran becomes in conflict with my Talmud, that means we as humans fight over something that we believe. That's a belief. That is not God. That is a belief.
Everything that we are ever do has something to do with belief. Everything. So who makes your belief or my belief any more important than yours?
There you go. And you're making my point.
No, I believe God gave me the land. Now you don't. If you don't know God gave it to you, that's fine.
Where did he put that contract in for everyone in the world to see?
Who did he did?
That he did. Who did he did? That's the problem. The Israelis can't prove to the Palestinians that God gave them that land.
Ownership is 9/10. That's a 9/10 ownership.
Well, they're going to keep fighting until the end of the war.
What do you got after this?
You've got to find a way. Lord, hey, how do you look at that? That's Marvin Gaye. That's Marvin Gaye, right?
Huh?
That's Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
There is a strong man called, he said, take me back to your place. Look it up. Play that song. Take me back to your place. I'm serious. Look it up. Take me back to your place. I'm not making this up. Okay, what's the name of God?
October London.
October London. Okay, play that. Play that. I'm serious.
It ain't X-rated.
No, it's not. It's not X-rated. I don't consider it. It's amazing. When I heard that yesterday, I was at Versus for research.
I'm trying to figure out how can a man that is brought up Catholic be so anti-religion?
I'm not anti-religion. I'm anti-European religion. The way it's taught now. The way, see, in other words, people use religion to justify wrong. That's what I'm against. And see, because I took religion for 12 years, I understand religion. And what I was taught is not what is being taught now.
Okay, and what was taught then probably had different.
What I was taught is all men were created. In other words, we also had a thing in religion called the study of religion. We studied other religions in school and what they believed, and it was not in conflict.
Well, only in the Catholic schools y'all study religion.
Well, we had religion. It was a class. For 12 years you had religion. Yeah. Religion was in other words, I finished with an extra credit for the 4 years, 4 extra credits because religion was not accredited by anything else, but it was a credit in a Catholic school. But what I'm saying is, if you learn what a religion is, right now what we have and people call religion is not. I mean, there was a time when, it was no doubt about what a priest was. Now there is doubt because you've had, and because I learned that priests are human beings too. There's some good ones and some bad ones. But when people give excuses for bad behavior, there's a problem.
You just seem to be anti-God.
I'm not anti-God. I'm good. Look, I am spiritual.
I don't know what that
I don't
means.
think. I
don't know what
you
that
look,
word means.
Here's the problem, Kevin.
I'm
See,
spiritual.
Here's what I'm saying is,
yeah.
If you're a spiritual person, you understand and respect other people's beliefs.
So what spirit?
Now, if a person
whose spirit are you adhering to?
The spirit of the Most High, who is the creator.
So who is that?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have a name for him, or her, or he, or she, or. In other words, a spirit. And see, when we try to put a spirit into a human form, that is a problem, because a spirit has neither place nor time, and there is nothing material.
Logic and reason would tell us that the world did not design itself. Somebody,
here's what I'm getting in. In other words,
designed this process.
In other words, you are trying to put finite on the infinite. A spirit is infinite. There is no beginning and there is no end. So therefore, when the spirit guides the beginning, we cannot dictate how that beginning is. We don't do that. The spirit does. And there is either good or bad. Everything in existence can either be good or bad. We can take something good and use it to be bad. We can take something bad and
I know that's elementary.
And here's what we have now. This situation in Israel. They are taking a situation where God does not choose sides.
I think he does.
I don't think he does.
God has chosen in the Bible. God has chosen. God has chosen sides many times.
Believe. That's what you believe.
That's what the good book says.
For them. That's why I said. In other words, I don't believe he chooses side. I don't believe he chose. He chose the Egyptians against the Israelites. He chose this. I don't believe that.
What about the guy with the jawbone that killed a bunch of
another mythical story?
Okay, what you say?
It's a mythical story.
Okay.
Okay, so the Greeks had Hercules. Is he real? Have you ever seen Samson? Samson is about as real as Hercules. Matter of fact, there was a movie, Samson, Hercules, and Ulysses.
Okay, our numbers are 860-1440 if you want to come by and or call in with your idea. I wish I had somebody Jewish idea. See, I can't really speak on Jewish history because I never really studied.
Well, we're talking about world history. We don't need to meet with it.
No. Anyway, 860-1440 is that number you want to give us a call. I need Rabbi Lee.
This is not a religious issue. We're talking about a secular world. If you bring religion into it, we're going to bring their religious belief. We're talking about right now. People believe something. We're talking about the lay people. The lay people out there who are fighting. What they believe as lay people.
Let's just be generic. We wake up, I wake up, and somebody's throwing bombs in our yard and killing our folks. Are we not?
If you
generic, are we not?
Here's where you go back. Here's where you have to go back. Yeah. First of all, it didn't just start yesterday.
I probably started last year.
Okay, the people of Gaza do not want, have always said since World War II. They said since 1848, the end of World War II. They say we don't want you here. You are here illegally. We don't want you. They have always said that. They haven't said that. Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all of those countries have said, Israel, you are wrong for what you have done. They have not changed their mind.
Well, let's blame where we are.
If you took my house, they have not. Gaza, that little strip there, that is not an agreement of all of those people. If I hold a gun to your head and tell you, you will do what I say. Okay, you don't do it as long as that gun is to my head. When you take that gun away from my head, I'm going to take a gun and put it to
So,
you. That's what happened.
does any disagreement justify the need of being
Okay.
to push people up?
Look, here's what happened. Look.
Does that justify any kind of?
If you don't know all of the particulars,
I know babies should not be.
Watch it. Okay, watch it. If you don't know all of the particulars of the situation, you can neither condemn nor condone the actions of the people who are doing what they're doing. Here you go.
Under what circumstances in the world would justify?
Okay, watch this. Okay, what? What you just said yesterday or the day before, Israel bombed the hospital.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Bombed the school.
No, they did not. No, they did not. Hamas, that they were shooting rockets in one of the backfire. We got video evidence of that. Israel didn't do it.
Why is the president apologizing for what he did?
Because the president is.
Well, he's lying. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Is he lying? Okay, so what you're saying is he is in error.
He is in error.
Okay. You're saying that Israel did not bomb.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
They did not bomb.
They did not. Yeah, they did.
You're saying that.
Mm-hmm. Nope, they didn't do it. They said they got video evidence to show that Hamas was sending missiles, and the missiles backfired on them.
Okay, all right. Look. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I am right on that.
Right.
Let's take phone.
You're right.
Good morning. Who's this? Oh, okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, let me answer. What are you talking about? What issue are you talking about? Right. Being truthful. Right. Right. Yeah. Mhm. But right. It does not meet their narrative, and therefore, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Well, they're Democrats. Yeah, that's what yeah, yeah.
This is not a Democrat or a Republican issue.
It's a philosophical issue, though. What you believe, and one group of people believe this, another group of people believe that.
Yeah, and then when you get into the situation, there is no right situation at all.
I think there.
For us, in other words, if we stayed out of it because we are
We
the
cannot
bully that's
let.
around.
We cannot let.
But here's what happens. How can we justify our actions against what Putin is doing when we are doing the same thing with Israel?
Good morning, on the air. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Good morning. Yeah. Yes. I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, sir, when did the British establish Israel? Present Israel we have today. When did the British establish that? When they work, when did they work with it? When did those refugees, sir, let me ask you this. When did those refugees go there? When did this is not the Bible, sir. This is not the same people that are in the Bible. Sir, look, wait a minute. God does not tell any country what to do. Now, this is where we disagree. If you believe God is over, if God is over the Europeans, sir, the people who are there in that land have been there for thousands of years. The Jews who came there in 1948, came there from Europe. Sir, I told you the word of God has nothing to do with Israel today. But hey, look, I'm telling you, let me ask you this, sir, let me ask you this. Before 1948, what were those countries? What were they called? Okay, so when the great British Empire took over India, the colonies that we now call the United States, and all those places, they called it manifest destiny. God told us to do this. Okay? So that's the same thing in Israel. That group of people who came from Europe on those ships as refugees came in with their friends from Great Britain, France, and the United States and said, we got your back. And take what God gave you. That's what it is. It started in 1948. It started back in the Bible.
That is your perspective. Come on, who's this?
That's right. That's my perspective on what is truthfully happening. That is correct, sir. He is not picking the side. There again, the Bible had so long, and this is where people say I'm anti-Bible.
Yeah.
The Bible has nothing to do with what's going on in Israel today. That is not the God that I worship. But if that is the God you worship, if you think that He picks one group of people over another, then that is not my God.
There are many instances.
And that's you know what, and that's
really don't believe in the Bible.
You know what, and that's the European Bible. Well, let me ask you this, sir. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Do you believe? Let me ask you a question. Right. It has to do with what people say God says. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this, sir. Do you believe? Let me ask you this. It's a simple question. Do you believe in manifest destiny? The manifest destiny that the British followed and the United States followed to move the people out. When I say manifest destiny, okay, this is what I'm saying. No, the manifest destiny I am talking about of the United States of America, when they said, it is our destiny to expand the United States. That is manifest destiny. That's what Andrew Jackson, when he moved those people out in 1830, that's manifest destiny. Do you believe that? Well, it does have, well, my point is, it's the same thing. God said that. Well,
he doesn't really believe in the Bible like the rest of us.
But if you're saying that God said it, well, that's what manifest destiny said. Not the Israel of today. Not the Israel that is there now. Not the political state of Israel that is there now. That has nothing to do with God. That is politics of Europeans. And that is your perspective. That's from your perspective, okay? There you go. And everything I say is from my perspective.
Listen, I gotta go to my last break, but hey, appreciate the call, caller. Gotta go to my last break. We'll be back.
He even has that yell like that. Yeah, he's real smooth, real. Yeah, yeah. That's a new song.
Yeah.
But you have that same background, the same music, you know, the instruments playing. Real smooth. Well, that's because they're dealing with emotion, and I'm not. Not on. It's fine. Well, and see, when people see, I'm not emotional about the Bible. When you think, well, God said, God didn't tell him that.
This time, the biggest tractor sale of the season at Sun South. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Sun South has a John Deere tractor for everyone, and they're all affordably priced with special offers, including 0% financing for 72.
Don't put plastic in your food because people have chemicals to here. Considering serving hot foods is considered.
And this is a dumb commercial. You got and me and her, he's calls himself a self-stop feminist. Football player. He's a feminist. What's wrong with our country? He calls himself a feminist. This guy, man, on that commercial, NFL football player. How much stuff? You got to hear this to understand it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440. We got about 4 minutes left, and then we got to run in the last hour. But let me go back to the phone, see who is there. Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. And what does that have to do with the conversation? And what does that mean? Well, what I'm saying, what we have in Israel now is a political state. Look, sir. Here's what I'm saying, and if anyone would listen, we're talking about politics now. We're not talking about religion. But the majority of those people who are fighting now are politics. It's politics. They're Europeans. Yes, sir. They're Europeans. The friends of the United States who are Europeans who own all of those things and have taken all of those properties, it is politics. It is not religion. No, I never said that. I said the politics now of Israel is based on the politics after World War II. You see, sir, what are you talking about? I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm talking about the politics of the people. I'm talking about the one particular country that was created. The country of Israel that is established today was established after World War II. That is not the Israel of Jesus Christ. That is not the Israel of Moses. The Israel, because that is history, sir. And everyone see where people are mixing the Bible with politics. Sir, and they were in the minority of the people who are there now. So how is the minority can control the majority? Well, let me ask you this: what is the country? Let me ask you this: what is that country that is called that is around Israel now? What was it called? They've all been conquered by someone. The Romans conquered them, and all of this. Okay, that was Persia, right? Can we agree on something here? Before it was the Ottoman Empire, it was Persia, right? The Ottoman Turks, those who basically became the Greeks, right? Sir, that is not, sir, I am not against a religion or a people. I am talking about the politics of an area right now. And that is your opinion.
Yeah, I didn't got time. One more. One more. Hey, you want to call back? You only got about 30 seconds, so you want to call back or you want to hold? Yeah, you want to hold? I'm running out of time. Can I put you on? Yeah. All right then. All right, don't have time taking any more calls this hour. 860-1440. You can text me 241-9998. And if we can have conversations rather than talk all over people, I know I do it sometimes. I mean, yeah.
Well, it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's the same excuses.
It's
going to go there.
Yeah, I hear.
So I tried to.
Well, you just. You got the issue.
No. Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I can't go no place that I'm really. Well, my bad. Sorry about that, guys. But we will come back in some things that work. Yeah, let me figure it out. Okay, is it done? Okay, is it done? Okay. So I gotta do 59. Well then, now you have stirred up the hornet's nest this morning, and most of us totally disagree.
That's because you're mixing politics with religion. They're two different things.
Yeah.
And when you mix politics with religion, that's the problem we have now, and that's what's going on in this area. People are using religion for politics.
Okay.
And mixing the two.
Well,
they keep going back to the Bible. It's not the Bible we're talking about. We're talking about politics of 1948.
Yeah, I hear you. We'll be back.
Yeah. And that's what I have a problem with saying, the Bible to justify politics. You're not wrong.
President Biden.
Oh, well, I'm gonna give Biden some props. I mean, hell, he went over there. I didn't think he had the balls to do that. I give him some props. That don't happen before, but I give him the props today. You know, he was right over in the line there. He goes,
the increased possibility of a domestic terror result of the crisis in the world's Jewish community. CBS News is confirming the U.S. has contacted one-way targeting CBS News.
The great majority of the Republicans in the House, I think, would like to have someone that represents the mainstream of our party. Jim Jordan represents a smaller party, but a very good.
The main of U.S. national Hollywood, 40 points in Alabama today. CBS is 2-2. Here in British, which is specifically good. Prescription drugs are falling from the sky. Amazon's just announced it's testing drone deliveries in College Station, Texas. About 13 feet of front door. About 500. Things like fuel and wind. Controlled substances not on the list. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Stop putting your U.S. Army
Liking other people's posts. You want that best. Bank account. CBS.
What in the world?
What's that about?
This is Hawaiian. This is Wyoming. Oh, it is? Participating in the process. That's the best thing to do. The best thing. Okay. That is. Oh, all of them. New cap, yeah. I had a light on it. Get on the table. I don't know if it's a look at, but without a bib, so it doesn't have a bib on it, it's going to be in the way. Okay, so okay, it's cool. But I'm good like it, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you did find that song I was telling you about? Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was cool. You ever wondered if you're right or not? No. It's not a matter of whether you're right or wrong. Perspective has to be right or wrong. Your opinion only is good as you know the truth to be. Right. So when you find out that your opinion does not align with the truth, then it becomes more than an opinion. Here's what you understand. Your perception. Your perception is based on the things that you do, the lives, the experiences you have, but you still be wrong. You know, it's where you come from and how you interpret, and you still can interpret it wrong. True. So, now, it's an opinion. And that's basically point of view is an opinion. Yes. Based on, so when I say my perception, that's why I don't get upset with anyone, because I know the majority of their followers from what they perceive the truth to be is totally opposite of what I perceive it to be. So I am here to give my absolute. No, it's not. But it is. No, it's not. And we don't know the definition. No, we cannot define truth. See, here's what we're talking about. Here's what we're talking about. Your perspective is not absolute truth. I'm saying my perspective is true. That's what I'm saying. Truth itself. I am giving absolute. Here's what I'm giving. I am not saying what I am saying is the absolute truth. It is my perspective. Now I want you to understand. If I'm saying, I'm not saying you could be wrong, or I could be right. The truth. But it's not what we're talking about. It's not absolute, because people are not in agreement about what is fact. Israel of today is not the Israel of 2,000 years ago. It is a political place. Totally different. And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Hope this. And again, you see the issues around the world do affect us. It affects us, the United States, and the rest of the world. And so it does matter what we believe and what we think, because that changes our perspective. But it doesn't change our truth. Our truth is absolute. There's no ambiguity in what is true. So, perspective is what we're talking about. Right. And let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I have a perspective based on my perception. My perception is based on the information I receive and the way I interpret that information. Now, if the information that in another place of the scene, it's different countries from the Irish people, and the way they interpret that information gives them a different perspective.
Good morning, thank you for holding. Yeah. What? Moses didn't walk in the water. My bad. Yeah. I've never heard of Moses walk in the water. I mean, he held the staff up and showed God's power to part the Red Sea. Yeah, but Moses didn't walk on water. The church, Jesus Christ walked on the water. Yeah. No, Moses wasn't with him at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. I mean, but if you listen, that'll get one thing. Listen, if you are not a Christian, don't believe in it, then that's of your own affair. But we are coming from, if you believe in Jesus Christ and the Bible, like I do, some of I think it's been interpreted wrongly sometimes, but I believe in the basic premise of the Bible. And if we believe that, then we will believe that the Jewish people are God's chosen people. But you don't have to believe.
Hold on, chosen to do what?
Well, that ain't my
Chosen to do what?
That's my favorite.
Now, if you can't explain what they're chosen to be, how can you take that they could take the property from the people who say this is my land? You're trying to take.
Yeah,
but you're saying they
listen. They say that they say that, and the Bible says, "My ways are not your ways."
Okay.
My
And here's the
understanding
problem
is not
again. I go back to this.
Yeah.
The Bible and people they misinterpret what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Bible has nothing to do with what is going on in Israel today. This is a political struggle.
Yeah.
It is not a struggle for God. It is a struggle for one political group against another. And we're choosing sides in that politics.
Right. Go ahead, man. I gotta give you another minute. Whatever. We are not. Again, I don't expect us to agree on things. If you don't call yourself a Christian and you don't practice Christianity,
we have a separation of church.
Right. You will never agree on the things that I believe, and that's fine.
So,
and the Bible tells us, let us reason together. And I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have to agree with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, there's one absolute truth that I can tell you for absolutely sure. One day, we will find out if we were right or wrong. Appreciate you, call. Good morning, on there. Good morning. Yes. They don't. They believe in Jesus, but they believe in Jesus, but they don't believe he was the Messiah. But they have a right to believe that. Right. Supposedly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, Church of Latter-day Saints don't necessarily, Jehovah's Witnesses believe. I mean, yeah, they all believe something a little different, you know. You know, again, well, wait a minute now. The nation doesn't have to support them, but we do have churches that do. We do have churches over here that do support. Matter of fact, well, we're talking about somebody who giving you perspective on
I'm giving you factual history.
Mm-hmm. Well, that must have been taught down south.
No, you went public school. You went to public school in Indiana. Yeah, they didn't teach that Israel today is the settlement of Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, but they're not going. Right. But they've also been fighting in Africa.
No, hold on. This war.
But they've been fighting for
this war is because of the settlement of the Jews in Israel.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make any excuse. I just said I believe what the Bible says.
There again, this is not a biblical discussion.
But to me, it is.
This is a political discussion.
I don't think you can separate them.
Yes, you can.
I don't believe it.
You bring politics into it.
Politics never left it. Yeah. Listen. Well, tell me where I'm contradictory at. No, I didn't say that's what I agree with that. Even in the Constitution, it doesn't say that you cannot acknowledge religion. It says the government cannot be the manager of your religion. But it doesn't say separation of church and state. It doesn't say that in the Constitution. Well, again, that's a whole country, a different whole.
You know the rules, and people are getting the two things mixed up. Okay. And that's all you said. We're getting history mixed up.
Because they are our allies.
Why?
That's one of the reasons why we support them.
Why?
Because they're a friend of America.
Why?
I got to do it. Why?
Do you know why? Mm-hmm. Because the Europeans who settled there.
Okay, whatever. Because you can't separate them. You can't separate your beliefs. Well, all I know is that they paid for the land.
Hey, who? Who did they pay?
According they get.
Who did they pay?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
There was no agreement to that. That's why there was a war directly after that.
I can only tell you. I can only tell you what I've been told by people who are Jewish.
Oh, they told you.
They're Jewish.
Well, that's what you've been told.
Yeah. Okay.
That's hearsay.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm going on my basic fundamental belief system.
You're going on hearsay.
Yeah. But this ain't the courtroom, and we're going to be.
Well, we say absolute truth.
We're going to be judged on how I believe that I think God would judge us.
Well, God would. So you're saying that God is going to judge against them?
Because logic and reason tells me. Because logic and reason tells me that this is not all there is to life. That there's going to be a judgment. The Bible says that too.
So you're saying God is against the Muslims there?
I didn't say that. We are all God's children.
Well, most Muslims are fighting the Jews.
Okay, and again, somebody's right and somebody's wrong. Somebody's wrong. That's not my. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. But that's not the only part of the world that's been had constant conflict
That's what we're talking about right now.
Okay,
we're talking about right now.
Now, in Africa, they have conflict.
And every country in Africa was colonized by the Europeans, except Ethiopia.
I guess they must have been weak over there or something. There's a few people over here go over there, take them over. Yeah.
Yeah, you think, yeah. And that's not being anti-Semitic if you say that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I can also tell you, black folks were slaves in Africa.
Yeah, that's not changing the narrative. What we're talking about is the fact. This is what you get off the point. The fact is, the political country of today that we know as Israel was started in 1948. It has nothing to do with the Bible.
Again, I'm trying to get to the moment.
Well, you get with him, and I don't care what he said, but what is the fact? Yeah, that's religion. What is the fact? The country of Israel today, the political country of Israel today, was started in 1948.
Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. The King James Version is a version of the Bible that existed at the time. That is the King James Version. They changed it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that allowed divorce. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now we're going back to Vietnam. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess you've been on Brother, yeah, brother, you've been on for 4 minutes. I gotta go to a break. I gotta go. I gave you 4 minutes. I mean, what do we do? Normally, about 3 minutes. But you trying to, yeah, good information is a good thing. We'll be back. It's 8:24 in the morning, right? And when we come back, let's talk about some local stuff here about one of our city council people saying that talk about that when we get back.
Not just bringing up the races, the races. What is it? What are the facts? What are the facts? What are the facts? What is the story? You stand. You don't tell the story. You just gonna throw out race.
I'm just gonna put it. I didn't come up with it.
And see what it does.
The council person came up with it, not me.
Who came up with it? And what did they say? See, what is it? I don't want you to make it seem like I'm up here to make racial issues.
It's gonna do you.
Yeah. But I'm sitting here. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Kevin Elkins.
Okay. Montgomery Councilwoman claims fire inspector target for the black people. Now, that's what she said, not me.
And what's the rest of the story? I don't know.
Mark J. Johnson, okay, businesses that cater to black community, like escape, cap and fill, are more commonly fined by inspectors. So that's good, not?
I don't know.
But that's what she did.
And
I think I will admit to you that it's probably normally, and it's a culture, I don't know, normally when the city like that, we live in a city that's just about the flag. So, I don't know.
Is there a problem that goes through? No. If is it a problem that's like that?
I don't know. Evidently, she think it is. The fire department. And the problem is over time.
That's a social thing. Because they have a family on each one that's the problem.
Yeah. But
I think she's bringing attention there. I remember in 2000 something that the fire department closed down every black club in Thanksgiving.
I think when I got here, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was every black club. It was black. There was no white. It was all, but that was the weekend of homecoming at Alabama State.
Right.
And every club was crowded.
Right. Maybe they were justified.
No, that was the busiest time for everybody. Closed down every week. Have you ever heard of business downtown in Louisville? You know where it was. Yeah, go downtown during breakfast time, and they have the 15 minutes. And they all overcrowded. So I know that's a judgment call. Is overcrowding the issue, or is it the people that are?
Well, I will say, I think because traditionally, you have overcrowding.
Yeah. It's what you have. It's what you have. If you can have a spreadsheet people at some point,
but the probability, there's always a possibility.
It's what the function actually are. It has nothing to do with the amount of people. Now that's the main thing. You doesn't have to be proud for that. No, no. Usually, they get too mad, they can say it, they can do it, things like this. That's right. You want to get a hook in the boy, you look at it. Yeah, you mind it. Yeah. Somebody step on your feet. Yeah. Somebody look at the back. Somebody look at the booty of the girlfriend. You're looking at. You're looking at. Hey, what's going on like that? Good boys.
Don't take the page out of Bud Light.
Bad idea.
Don't do this.
I got a little overflow on my thing this morning, so sorry about that. But I'll look at the engineer when I get off there and let's straighten that up. 860-1440 is our okay. Don't get to the local stuff. Marcia Johnson seems to think, Councilman Marcia Johnson seems to think that the fire people have a tendency to, shall we say, inspect clubs with black patrons on in a different way. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't go to clubs, but a Montgomery City Council member accusing the Department of the Fire Department of targeting businesses that cater to black customers. People out there at Walmart there. But anyway, and it is the department's job to inspect businesses and to ensure compliance with fire code. Councilwoman Marcia Johnson claims businesses that cater to black folks, communities like Escape, Tapas, I guess it's Tapas Grill, are more commonly fined by inspector. He said, I've never seen Kind Bar, I've never seen KRU, whatever that is, I have never seen the Alley Bar or 1048 ever fined, she said. Whether or not it's true or not, I do not know. She accused the fire department of deliberately going out of its way to find certain businesses. She said, I've heard on videos where our firemen, fire marshal, that went out, ran off the club, and stated, "Let me hurry up and leave so I can escape before they close." Well, they got the video. They got the video. Woo! I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. But if it is, then I think she's got a right to complain about it. Could it be, and I asked the councilwoman, this could it be that we seem to have more trouble in our clubs, in our communities, than the other people do? You know, I can't remember the last time I played a shooting or anything in a white club. Just can't remember. I mean, it may happen. Worst thing I ever seen happening in a white club, they claimed that Harry Hooper Jr. Bumped up against a wall 20 years ago. I mean, years ago. Other than that, I don't know anything that goes on. You know, I don't go to clubs. Any place I got to set at the back wall with my back against the wall, I'm not going. However, what say you? Does anybody believe that that's true? That do you go to clubs? Do you feel safe? I think they do have security now, but they don't have. The problem is, I think sometimes people outside of the club do things and they blame the club sometimes. You know, and yeah, the club security, I don't think, has any control on what goes on outside of the club. I don't believe that's the word. But that's what Marcia Johnson seems to think. So you know, we'll see how that all rolls. Good morning, who's this? Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, sir.
Can we get 400 people in 99 occupancy building? Mhm. 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 Now, if you got 400 people in a place that's a 99, I mean, that is dangerous. Right, right. Mhm. Right. Right. I understand. Mhm. Mhm. How do 400 people, yeah, how do 400 people go survive that? How do 400 people get in there? Yeah, yeah. No, did somebody count the patrons that were in there? Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, it sounded like they were doing their job to me, you know, you know, yeah. Okay. It's like the owner of that club only going to bring a building. If you get that many people coming to his place, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, okay, I will. Appreciate it. Yeah, take a pill. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Okay. Yeah, you have a good day too. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. If the place, wait, if the, well, let me get that. If the place is rated for 99 people, obviously 400 people is too many. Right. So he's got a right to be somewhat upset. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't say nothing out the way. He said he got a problem with her. Okay. Listen, bring me a, okay. Okay, bring me a pair of them glasses you have on, and I can see it too. No, I don't. If it's not worth calling out, 99 people, and it's got 400 people. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. So why you getting on me for? What you getting on me for then? Oh, okay. Yeah. So where's the argument here? Where's the disagreement? Okay. Right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. You got a right to be upset. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know why the mayor's up there and you in. I don't know. We can only. Yeah, I guess you do, but I just think that to use race for everything, I don't know. Sometimes we'll never get together as long as we keep bringing up the past. Now we don't know that. Now I've heard some rumors about somebody else running. We don't know. Hey, hey,
Okay.
I ain't mad at him. I did my last breaking out 8:42 in the morning. I know it was 8, 6, 0, 14, 40. We'll be back with the poetry comments right after this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You don't want to hear it? Don't let it happen. And if black folks don't want me to say it, don't let it. I take that personally. When we do stupid things out there, I take that I take that personally.
One thing is wrong with that comment.
So, but,
What I'm saying on the
we never talk about
on the political side, respect the point because we can fix things. What is happening right now? Anyway.
it's always the pleasure.
Good morning. How are you? Fine, thank you.
Thank you.
What are you trying to say?
Just making an observation. I'm just saying.
I like Gilmore. I like Gilmore. Oh yeah, Gilmore. But yeah. I was by EJI Freedom Memorial yesterday. Yeah. Man, they are building that thing so fast. Making money on music. They're not making money on music. You know what? He's the opposite. Remember the past and remember where we came from. But where are we going now? And how are we moving? In other words, here's the thing to accept when it more and more the past, more and more how white folks. No, that's not what it is. He's building something else all around. Memorial to Freedom. Right. Yeah. And it's going to have the names of all of those people who were free. Okay. They meant something. They won the these are. This is our beginning. Right? This is where we came from. And where are we moving? We come where we can. You know what I mean? I was going to say what people think that we have in family. That's it. No. All of his ancestors came from Europe. They were Americans. Isn't that funny? First black president we have didn't have not one blood relative in the United States. His brother was Golden. His brother was Golden. Yeah. He came Golden. He was jealous. Yeah. A little bit. What he wasn't the father of his father. He was the father of his mother. She's a free mom that raised her son, and his life. Yeah. I didn't agree with all the politics, but if my son said I want to be like him, well, he believed what he believed, and he carried it out. And if you can get to the college, he did a good job. He did a good job. Okay. And it's still one good job. He will end up being a billionaire. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's 15. His wife's old. And then he's got two smart. Who tells you that? I don't know what you're looking at. She's a beautiful woman. I think somebody takes me out in the line. Well, she got two children, okay? I'm just saying. I've seen it. I have seen it. Oh, I don't know. How can you take a positive speech? Have you ever seen Michelle Obama in person? No. You can't look. You can't buy it. I'm just saying. And then they showed a picture that looked like she was packing. No. I don't know. No, that's chemicals. I like the chemicals. Let's get the chemicals. Yeah. Hi, this is Andrew with Allied Projects. Okay, all right, we are back. It is 8:48 in the morning. You want to give us a call? I'll talk to you whatever on your mind. We'll go back to the phone. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Okay, now wait. I got you. I got some other calls. I love you. I got some more calls. You know, one call a day. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. I couldn't tell you guys then because the mayor was still in office. I've been out there a couple times. Yeah. I go down there. As a matter of fact, that weekend I went to Dubai, didn't nobody know anything about it. I had some rich friends. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. That's just jealous. Good morning.
Pretty good. Now see, now you can just put them on the radar. Now the folks gonna go down there and
now they're going to be busted.
Okay, then.
Thanks, caller. Thanks, caller.
But there is a safety issue. That nobody wants something happening. Fire starts, and like what happened to Walmart over the weekend? Somebody shooting over there started a fire.
Is that what's something? Yeah.
No. That's why everybody was put outside for a while. And I think it was department. I remember.
Is that official or is that here?
It was official from me.
How do you repeat that?
They were outside, and somebody else was all on Facebook. Why is everybody standing outside? Or Walmart. Well, I guess that's the fire. There was a fire, but what started the fire? Mm-hmm. Come on, it was this.
Did they shoot a flare gun? Did they shoot a flare gun?
I don't know what they shot, but they said somebody shot something. But I don't know what it is.
So they shot some.
Right.
Blame it on them.
No. Okay. Do you need me for reading? Well, you do it. Oh, you want to come in? Oh, yeah. Anybody want to call it? I'll put whatever the case may be. I'm holding a technical conversation with one of my subordinates. Okay, what else is going on? Let me see now. Okay, now, Photoshop food and the the Kansas City Council down there wants the leaders to have accountability for what's following this person's death. Yeah. Good news. Get this one. Value Cross is a step closer to receiving the prestigious YAS Prize, YASS. And what that is, it is a prize given to teachers who, regardless of the circumstances that which they live in, they teach in, they have a way of getting the information to the kids and making them better off for it. So that's a prize. That's why I'm tired of hearing all the excuses of Montgomery Public School. They come from single parents. Hell, they come from single parents since Moses was walking around. So I'm just saying, you can still put the rules in place. You can still expect excellence out of people. You don't have to accept failure.
Private school.
There's no law that says you cannot expect excellence out of public school kids. There's no law that says you have to do. You can't do that.
But the students have to agree to it.
And
that's the difference.
Then you put them in the
all of the students agree to the rules and regulations of Valley Cross.
Has anybody,
the parents and the students.
Has anybody ever to our kids in public school and said, we would like to implement these rules to your grade?
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody ever
first of all,
challenged them?
First of all, the parents have
forget the parents.
You can't.
Forget the parents.
Let's be real.
The rules at the school apply whether you have parents or not. Whether you have parents or not, the rules of the school apply. It should.
You have to have the look. You have to have the agreement of the parents.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't have to agree with the people in jail.
Parents have to agree to these rules.
They don't have to.
And that's the difference in public school.
And that is why we are so backwards in public school. All the parents got to do is get their kids to school. So that's going on until there's a teacher's law called local curriculum, which means when they show up at school, the teachers become the parents. That's what the law says. I'm just saying, it's a parent relationship when they enter. Whatever.
All students should have to do this stuff.
That's not true.
That's all they have to do.
Yeah, that's not true. I think you teach
they
them.
They don't need to be the disciplinarian. The discipline is already there.
But when it is,
here's the difference.
When it isn't,
let's make it very clear. The discipline is already in the kids, and what is expected when they go to Valley Park Academy? The parents agree to that. That's in the story. I agree with you. You cannot do that in public school because you don't have the same.
Show me a law that says you can't do that. You can't expect excellence from your kids in public school. Show me the law. Show me the law that says your kids. Show me the law that says your kids can be.
What I'm saying. We're just talking about basic behavior.
Okay. And if you don't have it at home, they need to teach you at school. Or see back home.
You have to have that. That is expected.
And you don't have it sent home. You don't have it sent home. You don't have it sent home? I don't know who came up with this law that you can't do this and you can't do that because it's your family, it's for your parents. I don't care. Good morning. Who's this? If they didn't have the one student here, I guarantee they wouldn't change their standard. I don't care if the parents are involved or not. The rules are the rules, and if you don't abide by the rules, you're going to go home to the parents.
There's a private school where there are rules that if you don't abide by them, you're gone. Period.
Exactly.
That's it. You can do that in public.
Yes, you can. There's no law that says you cannot do it. Show me a law that says you can. So we are willing to sacrifice the few for the stupidity of the many.
Rules for expulsion in public school?
Well, you gotta write it up, you gotta do certain things, and do it, and then put it.
What is the rule for expulsion in private school?
I don't know.
You're out.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
And all you do is write this bill a couple of times, say no. No.
Yeah,
we making it difficult. It's easy. Okay. And that's why our system is in the way that it is, because y'all keep worrying about the parents who are not being parents.
Exactly.
Send the kid home to his parents. So they both gonna end up in the same place anyway. There's no law that says you cannot do it.
Yes, it is.
What is it? No, you gotta follow certain rules. You gotta get it done, but you can send
expulsion home is the process.
Okay, let's go through the process and then send home. Come on, who's this? Good morning, who's this? Except in Alabama, the state law says you can apply corporal punishment as long as you are a supervisor or guardian possession of the child. Nobody does it. So, because we don't do it, and we blame a law that doesn't exist, it says you can apply corporal punishment.
You think that's the end of the formula?
No.
A kid who was beat all the time, you beat him some more.
Well, hit the message soon.
No, you won't. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. No.
And he grew up in Catholic school.
No, you don't have to. Wait.
Hey, I gotta go find him on the
town.
Okay.
Unless you beat him,
so
you got
people in jail. Why would put people in jail? No. Are you still there? I forgot I had one more. I forgot I got another minute and a half to go. So sorry about that. Let me see who's here. Who's this? Yeah, I hear you. Okay. What else can I make? Who's making people honor everybody? You can expel kids. There's no law that says you cannot expel kids who are bad, notorious, and chaotic. There's no law that says you cannot. Well, send them somewhere else. As long as they ain't in the room with my kid, I'm good.
You can't just put a kid in elementary school. You just can't do it.
Send home to his mom and dad.
That's in the street. That's in the mom.
That's their problem.
It's very much.
Yeah, if you guys to the point, you guys, we all did something.
You know, when I had a TV show, and there was my kids in TV show, they're on TV.
They what?
They're on TV.
I know. But what's that?
Hold on. What I'm telling you. Hold up. Here's what I said. When they're saying green, they get the kids that were expelled from school. There's a process. I know the process. And then after they were